Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a project that recently got listed on Coinbase, and this project is called Goldfinch or the GFI token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website goldfinch.finance in order to learn more about this project, right? So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information presented on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, along with information presented on the website. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Goldfinch? Goldfinch is a decentralized credit protocol for crypto loans without crypto collateral. So when it comes to Goldfinch, what they're trying to do here is they are a fully decentralized credit protocol, and they are mainly used for crypto loans without using crypto collateral. So if you go to any platform that offers you a crypto loan, you're more likely to find a protocol that asks you for a crypto collateral. So you need to actually have money in order to borrow money, right? So if you have, let's say, 10 ETH, you need to deposit 10 ETH in order to get either 50 to 70% of its value in the form of stable coins or other coins, and you need to make sure that you always meet the collateralization ratio in order to take out the loan, right? But what Goldfinch is doing is it's trying to create a decentralized credit protocol, whereby people can check for credit scores or credit kind of like checks within the blockchain or decentralized network such as Goldfinch, and this can be used for applications such as taking crypto loans without the use of crypto collateral, right? By incorporating the principle of trust through consensus and using different types of off-chain collateral, the Goldfinch protocol creates a way for borrowers to show credit worthiness based on more than just their crypto assets. So let's say, for example, if you have literally no crypto assets within the crypto space, but you want to borrow money, what Goldfinch does is they basically use the principle of trust through consensus, which is basically using different types of off-chain collateral. So outside of the blockchain, you may have assets or any form of collateral that you can technically prove within Goldfinch in order to be eligible to borrow, right? Therefore, you don't necessarily have to deposit your crypto collateral, but you can technically show your off-chain collateral, which could be, let's say, you have a car or a house, or you own stocks or bonds or some kind of assets outside of the blockchain. You can use that to prove your credit worthiness in Goldfinch to borrow money, crypto money in the blockchain, right? So that's basically how Goldfinch aims to work. This is the missing piece that finally unlocks crypto lending in emerging markets and in other places where crypto can truly empower financial inclusion. So I think this statement is true in the sense where currently people who have money can borrow money and thereby make even more money. So even in the crypto space, despite the fact that crypto was originally designed to empower financial inclusion in every aspect of human society, we still have people who act as whales, or who are wealthy enough to afford to buy large volumes of crypto when there's a dip, and use that crypto as collateral to borrow money and buy other crypto during dips, right? So those kind of activities only make the rich richer, but the poor or the middle class of the society don't necessarily benefit from crypto borrowing and lending, right? But Goldfinch aims to use their principle of trust through consensus in order to create a more inclusive environment where people from several different facets of the society can get benefits from Goldfinch without the need to trust central banks or any other centralized entity, right? The protocol is already serving thousands of end borrowers across India, Mexico, Nigeria, and Southeast Asia. So it's a project that's already making headway in these countries, and thereby they are already making a huge difference, which makes sense because they have a good working product. That's one of the reasons why they got listed on Coinbase, right? So now that we quickly covered the overview of Goldfinch, I'm going to go to their website in order to see what else information we can find. So if you go to the website goldfinch.finance, you can clearly see that right off the bat they are stating that we are excited to announce the launch of the GFI token. So they recently launched their GFI token, which is the native token which you're talking about, and you can read more about the token by clicking on the read more button on the top. They have a pretty simple website. I really like their bird logo here on the top left corner. So bring crypto loans to the real world. That's their main highlighting statement here, and you can basically join their Discord or get active newsletters from them by clicking on these buttons here. And they have a pretty cool 3D graphics that shows that there's a plethora of buildings and construction that's happening, symbolizing development, which metaphorically they're stating that Goldfinch can bring those kind of developments in the real world, right? Goldfinch is a decentralized credit protocol for crypto loans without collateral. This is the missing piece that finally unlocks crypto lending for most people in the world. Again, a pretty interesting project that they've unraveled in many different parts of the world, and I'm happy that it's already working well for them. So you can read their announcement by clicking on the read our announcement here, and if you see, some of the main use cases include real world impact. Goldfinch expands access to capital in emerging markets where crypto can truly empower financial inclusion. Again, this is true because they are definitely going to be much more beneficial in countries that are emerging and countries that contain a lot more of people who are excluded from the crypto space, and they're trying to include them in the crypto space through their protocol, right? So they have 200k plus borrowers and they're growing. The protocol is already serving thousands of borrowers across India, Mexico, Nigeria, Southeast Asia, and more. So they're already serving these countries as we discussed. Stable 10% plus yield. So high quality borrowers provide expected 10 to 14% APY from real world activity uncorrelated with crypto. So people who are borrowing in the form in high quality borrowing categories, they provide 10 to 14% APY from real world activity which is uncorrelated with crypto. So that's an interesting information to know. And how does this system work? So liquidity providers supply capital to the senior pool. The protocol automatically allocates the senior pool to the senior tranches of borrower pool. So there are certain concepts that you guys need to understand along with the terminology that's used. So they have a senior pool, a borrower pool, and senior tranches. Obviously liquidity providers or terminologies that are well used in the crypto space, especially in the DeFi space. So I suggest you guys to do some in-depth research, because even if you live in a country where this protocol is flourishing, before you can use the platform, you need to understand what they're trying to say and what kind of terminology means what particular function, right? So when it comes to pictorial representation, they've provided a very neat diagram to show liquidity providers act as supply givers and supply takers from the senior pool, which gets its allocation from borrower pools, which consists of senior tranche and junior tranche. Those are distinctions that you need to understand before you can put your money in or borrowing any of their pool tokens. So you can see that they're having borrowers who are approved by auditors. So you can't just be a borrower by default. You need to be approved by the auditors in order to become an authorized borrower. And as a borrower, you will be able to borrow from the senior or junior tranche, And when it comes to backers who kind of like facilitate the loans, they provide supply to the junior or senior tranches, right? Again, I'm just quickly going through the flow chart here, but if you want to read through the full white paper, which I highly recommend, please go through that to understand the details of this actual functionality, right? So when it comes to partnerships, they partner with highly reputed lending businesses with years of strong performance, and some of them include PayJoy, which is located in Mexico, and they act as smartphone financing, which is actually a real world use case of this platform. Aspire, which is another example, which functions in the Southeast Asia region, and they loan the loan type that they offer is business financing, right? So not only do money from this project allow for actual real world building, there is also information or data to verify that. So let's say, for example, Quick Check is based in Nigeria, that kind of like allows for ML based consumer loans. Alma acts in multiple different countries including India, Mexico and Singapore, and they offer SMB and consumer loans, right? So I suggest you guys to go through each and every one of them to understand some of the accomplishments that they made. So early contributors include these following people. So these people basically contributed to the early success of this project, and you can read more about them along with finding them on LinkedIn to see what other projects they were involved in. They are supported by world-class investors and advisors. So it is definitely a very interesting project, and therefore obviously supported by a lot of popular investors and advisors. So Andreessen Horowitz is a very well-known investor, and it's interesting that they've invested in this project. Coinbase Ventures obviously has invested in this project. This is one of the reasons why they've listed on Coinbase. Apart from that, you can clearly see a huge variety of high quality investors who back this project, right? So if you scroll below, you can see some of the other investors and their background, and they're currently hiring. If you want to join their project, you can, and if you feel like you have qualifications or skills for any of these roles, you can do so as well on the website, right? So we are building a decentralized credit platform that empowers financial inclusion, which is their main goal, and they're trying to do that in 3 phases. So if you see, they have a lot of other information that you can read as well. So build it with us. You can join their Discord, you can get their newsletter, and that's pretty much it, right? So that's pretty much it for the quick overview of Goldfinch. It's a pretty unique project that's definitely good. It's good that they're having a wide variety of adoption in multiple different countries. It's only going to be a matter of time before it catches on in the Western world, and definitely that's going to be a good success story for Goldfinch in the future, right? So let's go back to the coin market cap page for this token. This token is currently ranked 523rd by market cap on coin market cap, and is currently trading at $14.19 at the time I'm making this video, with about 13.32% decrease in the past 24 hours. So I think the token is after reaching the hype stage, it is kind of like cooling down, because after Coinbase lists a particular token, more often than not they start pumping, and then a day or two after that they start dumping. I think this token is in the dumping phase, right? So if you see, the market cap is only $71.9 million in market cap. So if you take projects that claim to do the exact same thing that Goldfinch is doing, they don't really have an active working use case, right? They're not actually offering their services to any parts of the world or any group of population. They're just claiming to do things, but they have a market cap that's significantly higher than Goldfinch. But when it comes to Goldfinch, it's actually using some of the themes that they're presenting and making them into real world tangible options, right? So you can basically track Goldfinch's progress by going to their website and seeing some of the projects that they've implemented in countries like Mexico, India, other Nigeria and other countries as well, and they are successfully doing it. And that's what surprises me, because since this project is already having an active product that's launched, its market cap is still less than $100 million. So that's definitely something that tells you that this project is still extremely early, which means it's a really good sign to be an investor to this token, right? But again, that's not financial advice. Please do your own research, right? So when it comes to the supply, the token has a max supply of 114 million tokens. It's actually 114.28 million, but I'll just say 114 million for the sake of this video, and its total supply is also 114.2 million. The circulating supply, however, is less than 5% of the max supply, which is one of the reasons why this token will definitely have high volatility. Its market cap being less than $100 million, with its circulating supply being less than 5%, definitely there's a high chance that this token is going to have high volatility, at least in the short term, right? But that's definitely a good thing for people who are short-term traders or investors, because this token not only presents a good opportunity for mid to long-term hodlers, but also for short-term traders because of its low market cap and extremely short circulating supply, right? If you know what you're doing, you can definitely profit from this token in the short term, mid term, as well as in the long term, right? But again, definitely there are kind of like side effects when it comes to circulating supply being extremely low, which is there could be price slumping, because as new tokens get dumped into the market, the token price will be in the red, or it will be moving sideways for quite some time until there's some significant amount of tokens that are circulating, which kind of balances out the sideways movement and the token starts pumping, right? So I think till the token reaches like 40 to 50% of the max supply in circulation supply, we are going to see some price slumping or price sideways action, unless a significant increase in market cap occurs, right? But again, that's just my opinion, guys, not financial advice. When it comes to the charts itself, you can clearly see that my prediction was true. As you can clearly see, the short-term price slumping has already been happening for quite some time right now. In fact, the token price was initially $32 to $34 per token. Very early this month. In fact, it was during the first week of Jan when this token apparently got launched, and the token immediately went from 34 to a price point of $21.77. But then it again went up due to high volatility, crossing $40 per token. And then since then the token has been going down gradually. It went and touched an all-time low as of now of $9.36 as of 12th of January, and then it's slowly moving sideways. Even though it does seem like this token is going higher, since this token price is only available for from the 1st of January this year, I think this token doesn't really have a lot of information to say whether this token is increasing in price or is just moving sideways. I would say this token is just moving sideways, because if you see, it reached $9.16 and now it's at $4. So if you take a buffer of like $5, I feel like this token is definitely moving sideways. So if you are looking to buy this token, it's still a good opportunity to buy this token, because it is still dumping. But if you want to wait for a much better opportunity, I would suggest you to wait till this token goes below the $10 mark, which is a really good dollar cost averaging opportunity. And considering the fact that this token is still early on, it still has a lot of liquidity from Coinbase, it will definitely pump extremely hard in the next upcoming months, and therefore this token will definitely pump to levels that are closer or even higher than the old all-time highs of about $40 per token, right? So if you're buying this token at this price point, you're still buying it from a significant discount price compared to $40 per token. So this is still a good opportunity to dollar cost average in. Again, not financial advice, please do your own research, right? When it comes to the Bitcoin comparator, on the other hand, you can clearly see that the pattern is extremely similar. Again, we can't really say the pattern is similar yet because of the fact that the Bitcoin comparative is again as old as the dollar comparative, in the sense like this token is only like less than 20 days old, and this token was initially worth 6,310 satoshis per token. It went down to 5,010 satoshis or 4,046 satoshis, but it reached a new all-time highs of 7,000 satoshis across this 8,000 satoshi mark, and then it went down, reaching an all-time low, so about 1,700 satoshis per token. And then now it's kind of moving sideways with the current trading price of 2500 satoshis per token, right? It's still a good opportunity to buy because it's still considerably at a discount compared to its previous all-time high. But if you want to wait, I think this token is still cooling down and therefore will probably cool down to prices that are less than 2500 satoshis per token, which will still be a good opportunity to buy in, right? When it comes to market itself, obviously we know that Coinbase has listed this token. You can buy this token on Gate.io or MEXA as well. But since Coinbase is a reputed exchange which provides ample of liquidity, I think that's the best place to buy this token, right? If you're trying to buy this token on the Ethereum blockchain, since it is an ERC20 token, you can buy it from Uniswap version 3 or Dodo exchange on Ethereum, right? You have a lot of variety of trading pairs on the decentralized exchanges such as Uniswap and Dodo, but I think Coinbase only allows you to buy this token with USD. So if you do have other crypto that you want to use to buy this token, you need to first convert that to USD, which is US dollars. Converting crypto to fiat incurs a taxable event, so you need to be very careful of that. But once you do have some USD, or once you convert it to some USD, then you can buy it with buy it on Coinbase, right? So when it comes to the final verdict of this token, guys, I think this token definitely has some really good short-term, mid-term, and long-term potential. In the short term, I think this token is going to pump extremely high in the next coming weeks. I think this token will probably touch or maybe even slightly cross the previous all-time highs of $40 per token. So this is probably going to happen sometime in 2 to 3 weeks from now. But I think in the mid to long term, depending on how many tokens are in circulation compared to the max supply, this token can still move sideways. And definitely this token needs to have some more bigger exchange listings, because obviously Coinbase has listed this token. If this token is to have a Binance listing or a KuCoin listing or a Huobi Global Exchange listing, then this token will literally shoot up. And I think the short-term price prediction for new all-time highs for this token is going to be somewhere between $45 to $50 per token, which is definitely a possibility considering the fact that other exchanges will easily copy Coinbase's approach, because Coinbase has one of the strictest listing processes. And if Coinbase has listed a token, other exchanges can easily copy this and list this token easily, because Coinbase is already a reliable and trustworthy exchange, right? And in the long term, which is 3 to 5 years from now, I think this token can definitely perform well if it continues to innovate and also expands to other countries that they mentioned. And I think if it enters into the US, North America, or Australian, or any form of European market, I think this token will definitely shoot up, maybe even reaching a new all-time highs of somewhere between $70 to $80 per token, which will be a really good gain, right? But this is definitely going to happen maybe only in the next 3 to 5 years from now, right? Again, this is just my verdict, guys. Please do your own research before you put your money on this token, right? Remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.